There's been a fireball of events in Nigerian football in the last few days. First, it began with the Nigeria Football Federation last Thursday, revealing that it has begun the pursuit of a foreign technical advisor when it had a head coach in place. And then to Finidi George resigning, saying that the Federation did not inform him of their decision to employ the services of a foreign technical advisor. And then to Victor Osimhen's rant live on Instagram disparaging former Super Eagles coach Finidi George. Those are the things that have headlined Nigerian football in the past few days. Welcome to Sport Africa. My name remains Ashalu Femi. This is where we talk everything football on the continent as well as all the sports. James Agberibi is here. James, you are welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you very much, Femi.
So first of all, we say happy Salah to all our Muslim brothers and sisters across the globe, whether you are in Africa or you are in diaspora. We say Mubarak Eid to you wherever you are. I hope you had an awesome time to you. Here in Nigeria, people are still in the mood of the holidays until work resumes on Wednesday. Okay, let's take you through our regular programming right here on Sports Africa. We have the Continental Roundup. Then we move to the big talking point, and then it cascades to every other thing that we have for you. It's going to be another awesome time on the show today. James, let's get started because majorly it's going to just be what is happening in Nigerian football and the implication there. Of course, we have a Mali where the coach has also been fired. He didn't resign, unlike Finidi George, who threw in the tower. He was asked to resign after a draw with Madagascar in South Africa. Madagascar even played their own qualifiers outside of their home soil. And of course, remember that defeat to the Black Stars of Ghana. So, of course, he has been asked to step aside. We'll be talking about all of that. But James, everyone is talking about Nigeria. Now, I read a comment where someone was saying that what is happening to Nigerian football, this person is not even in Nigeria. And he said it is like, when Brazil falters in World Cup qualifiers or even in Copa America qualifiers, when Brazil do not do well, people ask, if people are not even Brazilians, they just naturally ask what is going on. And that is the same question everyone is asking about Nigeria. After 4 matches in the qualifiers in Group C, Nigeria are fifth, out of the sixth position. And it's what everybody has been saying. First, like I said in the intro, NFF last Wednesday in the communique said, after a meeting of its executive arm, said it is right away getting into recruiting a foreign technical advisor when they have a coach in place who has a valid contract. And Finidi George said he waited for 2 days and no one deemed fit to inform him that, okay, guy, we have decided to pursue the services of a foreign. I'm surprised, not even Super Eagles legend who are members of the NFF technical committee. At least there should have been a hint somewhere. And he said it wasn't to, and he resigned. Let's deal with that before we talk about the ranting of Victor Osimhen on social media.
Femi, when this stuff, when everything blew up and people are like, okay, is it we have a coach that is not that good? The players are not committed. They're just trying to apportion blame. But I think the whole thing now, from the way I viewed it, I think the NFF have a larger. I think they're even the culprit here because everything just traces back to them. I'd like people. That's the thing. When you have square pegs around those, these are the kind of things you get. People who cannot do the right thing. Everything just.
But James, if you look at it, you want to ask who are the square peg in Rangos because Gusau, the NFA president, was duly elected.
When you have, you are duly elected, but are they the right kind of people? Are they the people who you think have what it takes to push the football, Nigerian football forward? It's so glaring. Look at the mess that we are in. A serious FE. We all know that. One of the biggest mistakes they made was allowing Pesero to go. Where was the continuity? A reasonable football body will look at it that, okay, there's a kind of a synergy going on now between the coach and the players. Judging by what happened at the AFCON, nobody gave them a chance. From there, we will build.
Sorry to interject again. A lot of people, Nigerians have been speaking from different sides of their mouth. Some said, now, before Finidi was appointed, some said Pesero should be allowed to go because how could Nigeria, how would you ever justify drawing against Lesotho in Nigeria and then going away to draw against Zimbabwe, Zimbabwe, that the Super Eagles have to come back, from in these two games. Then at the AFCON, people didn't see the input of an expatriate manager in that particularly in the final. Let's even assume okay, they managed to reach the final. So a lot of people have said it is best the Super Eagles try a new hand. So if you're saying it down that the NFF shouldn't have even allowed Pesero to go in the first place, I think a lot of people might not agree with you.
Femi, okay, let me make it clear to you now. We all knew that Pesero struggled when he took over the Super Eagles job. The friendly games and the draw against Lesotho and Zimbabwe. You know, but he went to the AFCON and he went all the way to the final. You want to agree with me that you never gave this team a chance that they will get to the final. Nobody gave them a chance. And this is a coach that was able, the fact that there was a lot of injuries in the team, but he still managed to take the team all the way to the final. So what do you expect the NFF to do? Sit down and if it means adding to his salary or do something that at least because what I understand got from that AFCON that the player they've bought into the coach's idea and how that chemistry was already building. You now decide to trash that and bring in a coach that for me yeah, to me, Finidi doesn't really have that experience yet. Fine, you say he coached Eimba and he won the league, and I mean, you cannot use that to compare with the Super Eagles. So for me, I think the bulk of the blame still falls on the NFF. I mean, the way they've been running things. I mean, okay, now it's about okay, what they didn't plan to do before they are not going to do in the next practice. And that's why this practice could come and he struggles in the initial stage, are you going to sack him too? So when you don't do the right thing at the right time, everything is so muddy, so trashy now. That I mean, emergency meeting here. This person is getting okay. You said there are some former teammates of Finidi George in the technical department that they should have. I mean, those people are his bosses, so everybody has to be professional about that. You don't just because if he gets wind of it, they'll know that he became aware of it because of his former teammates, so they have to be professional in dealing in things like this.
Okay.
I mean, like I said, I said, I will always blame the NFF. I will. It has been so messy from the onset. Like I said, if you don't have the right people with who have what it takes. I mean, we have people who can. You see Nigerians doing things abroad. Look at somebody like Mike Emenalo. He played for the Super Eagles. He did a wonderful job at Chelsea. Look at somebody like Olofijano. We hear what they do, but you will not allow people like this to come in because we've been hearing about how former board members, when it comes to hiring foreign coaches, I know it's an allegation, but I mean, it's something that has refused to go away. So for me,
the mess, the corruption, and all that. Yeah.
So there's no way it's not going to affect the team. And you can't even blame the players. They too, they have their own fault, but you can't blame when the head is rotten. I mean, it will trickle down. And I mean, these are the kind of reactions they're going to get.
Okay. So I read a piece where somebody said that the NFF and the sport ministry must vanish beyond the universe if Nigerian football must make the headway. That really got me. So now, as it stands, former Cameroon coach, talking about Antonio Conceição da Silva Oliveira, is in the front runner for the job now. He led Cameroon to a third place finish when they hosted AFCON in 2021. So it's a myriad of a problem, James, because we do not know who is actually to blame. If you look at the likes of Aliou Cisse of Senegal, Aliou Cisse only lost two qualifying matches, World Cup qualifying matches in 9 years. So it is not about, in my opinion, it is not about an indigenous coach not being good enough. I think it's about maybe capacity or so to say. Then we have a fight in Ivory Coast. Ivory Coast, they are doing well in the qualifiers, and you want to ask, what is the biggest experience on Fai's resume? It was the 2023 AFCON when he took over from Louis Gasset, and of course, he led the Elephants to the AFCON. Okay, James, because of time, let's just move to Victor Osimhen's rant straight. This is not the first time. I think a lot of people have to put emotion aside because a lot of things have to come together when you are trying to make sense of what actually happened last weekend. Now, we remember last season, when Napoli mocked Osimhen with that video on their TikTok after he missed the penalty against Bologna and they drew that game. People said, didn't Osimhen know that there was something called Instagram Live? He could have just decided to go there and disparage even this club as well. Now, why do that to your manager? Yeah, he may have valid reasons to have gone, to have even said anything he said, but one, he didn't consider his brand as the African Footballer of the Year, meaning the best player at the moment on this continent. Came to Instagram Live, started using swearing words, saying people will die mysteriously, including even Nigerian fans who believed whatever anyone must have said about him. And he said, saying live, or saying that he doesn't have any outside of respect left for Finidi George, calling his coach by name. James, I think that, in my opinion, that is the height of it. And ex-internationals are saying that the Nigeria Football Federation should ban Osimhen from playing for the senior national team. They said he must also come out to apologize to Finidi, to Super Eagles legend, and of course to the country as a whole. Because if you are using words like, words that I can't see, if you're saying in Nigerian Pala, you say, Ogun kill all of you, meaning that all of you will die, the gods will kill all of you. These are, and now the echoes from that, from Italy, from Napoli, as a matter of fact, is that the media in Italy are saying that this is one of the reasons why it can't even attract interest. He's been on the market for how many days now, but Napoli has been struggling to get it back for him.
Yeah, one thing that most of our football top stars should learn is the on and off pitch activities. I think there are two different things. Fine, maybe you are the top star, you doing all the best things on the pitch, but sometimes your off pitch activities too matters, and this is what I think most of them lack. It's like has gotten into their head, so they feel they can do whatever they like. So what they did, or what is happening between Finidi and Osimhen has gone viral everywhere. I saw in one Italian publication the way they even carved the headline. You know that I mean it's something that's going to paint. Yes, bad marketing. Sometimes you begin to imagine, is it that these guys, apart from playing football, is it that they don't have any other management team? I mean, if you're a top star with such a brand, because for me, I think it is a brand for me. But when you as a brand, you come out and say things like this, start ranting against your national team coach. I mean, that's disrespectful. It's sad that it has gotten to this stage. I mean, it's something that it's just an allegation, something you heard. You did not even so okay, let me even call the coach and find out. Is it true? You just went live and started ranting, started throwing crosswords up and down, and it took the intervention of Ojo Ngalo, I think, for him to even end the live that he was doing. And now, it has taken something away from him now, because a lot of people believe that Osimhen is the most committed Super Eagles player. When he plays for the Super Eagles, he plays with passion. He gives his all, he gives over 100%. But nobody's talking about that now. They're talking about the way he went about the whole thing. You can't tell me that you don't have the contact of the coach. I mean, you heard something that you're not even sure. I think the best thing that you should have done is call the coach and verify whether he's saying the truth or not. Just ask, but he just went live, and he even made mention of it that he heard. It's not as if he said he confirmed it. He started saying, so it goes to show that, I mean, it's not, it doesn't portray him in a good light at all. Start hearing former internationals now coming out to defend Finidi, so even if, I mean, he just puts all his efforts, all his commitment in the national team aside now, is what he did now that everybody's talking about, the disrespect and or saying he has no respect for Finidi again. And so for something that you yourself, you said you heard, so an allegation that you just jumped into conclusion, so I think our players, they just have to start doing the right thing. They just have to start looking at themselves, start looking at. I mean, I think many of them they are surrounded by just yes men, people who hardly tell them the truth. So that's why, like somebody like for me, I think it's somebody that you cannot tell. Nobody can tell him what to
But,
do.
but,
The way
but,
I,
but you saw in that video, sorry, James, but you saw in that video, his team were trying to stop him, and he was saying that was going to headbutt whoever comes close to him. You heard him.
Femi, that's why I said he's surrounded by he's somebody that because right from the onset nobody could tame him, so he has this and he's somebody that has a very big ego, so he feels is the star attraction, so nobody can say anything. I mean, if you can say that to those who are, if I'm in such a circle, Femi, I'm going to leave that circle, because if I'm with you and I cannot tell you the truth, you feel is what you say
Mm,
that's the final. I mean, football is going to end one day. Your
certainly.
brand is what is going to take you far. Look at somebody like the likes of JJ Okocha, Kanu. They don't play. They are no more in the game. But I mean, you see them featuring in charity games, legend games. When it comes to the World Cup, you see them. They get invited to analyze, and but I mean, he's going to end his football career someday. But after football, what next for him? You find he has
Okay.
money at all, But Femi, it doesn't speak well at all for him, and they asked him to come and play. He
Okay.
just has to come out and apologize so that you not set a bad precedent.
Okay, it will be interesting to see what the NFL would decide to do about this. And as well, it will be interesting to hear what his teammates how they will feel about this when they saw that video. And it tells about some of these players, trying to get some education. It is very, very important. Even if you never had the opportunity of going to having proper formal education, it is very important. I'm sure that gap actually showed in what Osimhen actually did. There is no question about Osimhen's commitment when he plays for Napoli or Nigeria. There's no question about that. But doing that on live video that the whole world could see in real time, disparaging your manager. I don't know if PSG, if Chelsea, if Arsenal wanted to actually sign him, if someone like Mikel Arteta saw that, I know the mindset of Mikel Arteta, that is going to possibly even change maybe 60-50% positive perception about Victor Osimhen. We wish him all the best. So we wait to hear what the NFF would do. But someone like Peter Saidi that told the NFF that Osimhen must face severe sanctions, and he must come out on the same manner in which he went on live, must go on live and apologize properly so that everyone can move on from this. Okay, James, let's talk about Mali. Of course, we've talked about Eric Chele. He's been relieved of his. I'm sure you remember that picture in your head after they lost to Ivory Coast. They had that game in the hand in the quarterfinals of the 2023 AFCON. After when the final whistle went, he just bowed his head and they had to pour water on him. I think that picture is right there. I'm sure you understand what I'm saying, James. Now he's been fired because of the same situation Nigeria is in right now. Mali are also in it. 1-1 against Madagascar in Johannesburg, not even at home. And now they lost to Ghana. They had that game, of course, before Ghana got the winner. So he's been relieved of his duty, and the Malian FA said the executive committee of the Malian Football Federation, meeting in extraordinary session today, unanimously decided, with the agreement of the supervisory authority, to end the collaboration between the coach of the national team, senior, Mr. Eric Sekuchele, and the federation, the statement said. So it happened, James, just like the same situation Nigeria is, but I won't wholeheartedly blame Finidi for where we are, though it didn't start well for him because Pesero 2 draws from possible 6 points. Perhaps if Pesero had even won the first 2 matches, Finidi would still have his job by now. Maybe we'll have been looking for how to ensure that what happened between South Africa and Benin Republic never happened again. But Chele has lost his job at this moment, and that is what coaching is all about, results. And if you do not get it, you get fired.
Yeah, Femi. Unfortunately, the decision had to be taken. And the football is the thing about coaching is fire and fire. So he's not the first, and he's definitely not going to be the last. So I don't know whether it's a carryover from the AFCON, and because the way they crashed out, it was very painful. So maybe it was he never really recovered from that outbreak. Mali have never been to the World Cup before, and looking at okay, they're like okay, let's try and see if we can do something. But I mean, it's not the best of campaigns for them. Just like the Super Eagles, they are struggling seriously. So
Mm.
and when you have a team like Ghana who have been to the World Cup before, so they have the experience to find their way, to maneuver their way. So and they Mali struggling, and I mean they just have to take that decision. It's sad, but like I said,
Mm.
coaching is iron and fire, and
Yeah,
he got good, so they just have to re-strategize and see how they can maneuver their way in the next when the qualifiers comes up. The AFCON qualifier is just around the corner, so maybe
yeah.
they can use that to relaunch
In
themselves, get their
September, yeah.
um, who knows? Because Mali is one of the decent teams in Africa, but they've not won the AFCON before, and they've never been to the World Cup. It's a country with talented players, but it has not been that good for them. So let's see how things
Okay.
pans out. Maybe they can relaunch themselves with the AFCON qualifying and get back to the World Cup qualifying campaign and see how things pans out for them.
Okay. One sad thing for Nigerians about it is that all the big teams in Africa are doing well in the qualifiers. Talk about Egypt, talk about Tunisia, talk about Ivory Coast, talk about Ghana, talk about Cameroon, with all the problems they've had regarding coaching, regarding the FECA Foods and the sports ministry. They are also not doing badly. But Nigeria, they are on the verge of missing out on back-to-back FIFA World Cup for the first time since they made their appearance in 1994. So we wait to see how this all pan out. We said if the NFF had fired Finidi, they will have paid him about 960 million naira in compensation because it's going to be about 6 months of his salary. And of course, he trained the tower. In the next coming days, certainly we'll hear the latest development regarding all of these have been. Let's go on this break. When we return, we'll be talking about what happened in Ghana over the weekend. The Ghana Premier League for 2020-2024 was concluded, as well as in Nigeria. Of course, Rangers International of Enugu, they are the champions in Nigeria. We'll be back. Please stay with us. Okay, welcome back. It's still Sport Africa. Please do not forget to subscribe to our channel. Please do not forget. Tell someone about our channel, whether you're in Africa, you're in diaspora. And we've said this several times. If you think there are issues that we should give attention right here regarding football or any other sport, please indicate in the comment section. We will appreciate that a lot. James, Rangers are the champions since 2016. Of course, they won another title. And of course, Remo Stars, talk about Remo Stars, Yimba, Shooting Stars, Plateau United, they are still vying for maybe a Champions League and, of course, CAF Confederations slot. But in Ghana, James, one of the biggest strategies in football was abated over the weekend when Hearts of Oak survived. They survived relegation in Ghana by Whiskers. They had to go away to Bericom United, to get a 3-2 win. A Beckham United, I should say, not Bericom Chelsea, Bericom United, I should say, to get the 3-2 win. I don't know whether you call it, James, but I see it as one of the biggest strategies. It will have been one of the biggest unfortunate incidences in football if Hearts of Oak had been relegated. So the relegated teams in Ghana, Accra, Great Olympics, one of the big teams in the capital in Ghana. Then Bafakwa Tano relegated, and of course, Kado Gundari is Real Tamale United. They finished bottom 18th on the log in Ghana. James, we have just 2 minutes to do this. What will you say about Rangers winning the title? And of course, Hearts of Oak are surviving a relegation. They will go and thank God.
Yeah, congratulations to Rangers. They did it with a game to spare. First title since 2016. I think it's a good one for the coach, Fidelis Ilechukwu. It goes to show that they just went all out to make sure that they give their fans what they wished for, and congratulations to them. For Out of Hook, Femi, I saw the game. Femi, I think I don't know the clip that I saw. I mean, that penalty that they awarded. I think for me, I think it was the manufactured penalty. That's what we keep saying. When officiating and things like this keep happening, I mean, nobody's going to take your league serious. I saw some of the comments from the Ghanaians, and they were not happy at all. Actually, they wish Out of Hook to go down, but if I thought you're going to fight for survival, at least do it I mean, you have to deserve it. But when I saw that penalty, I mean, Femi, it was something that looked
Okay.
manufactured. So good on they escaped. I mean, it goes to show that the league has shown that no matter how big you are, if you don't do the needful, you're going to find yourself in such situation. Which they did. Luckily, they were able to escape. And congratulations to the champions. Hopefully, next season we get another winner, because that's the excitement in the league. When new faces keep winning the league, it goes to show that there are
Yeah, yeah.
clubs. That's what we've seen in like the last 3 seasons now in the Ghana Premier
Mhm.
League.
Yeah. Of course, for Afidelis Lechuku, I don't think he has anything left to prove. Runner up with MFM, runner up with Plateau United, and now he has done it with Rangers, with kids, so to say. I would say kids, because I saw that team is quite a young team. So, James Agberebi, thank you so much for your thoughts on the show today. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Amy.
So to our fans in diaspora in Nigeria, thank you so much for your support. We do not take it lightly, but please do not forget to subscribe to our channel, Sports Africa, Sports without the S, then Africa without the G. Please click on that notification button so that you get the video as soon as they drop. We'll see you all next time. I remain Ashalolo Afemi. Have a fantastic holidays and week ahead. Bye for now.